My 1999 Dodge Ram with a 47 RE automatic transmission and a 5.9 under the hood. And no, it's not a... So this is a 1500 and it's got aftermarket tow mirrors installed by yours truly. Tow mirrors, even though it's not a Cummins. It's got a Dana 60 rear end, drum brakes in the rear, and disc brakes in the front. Now they claim that it's ABS, that's got four-wheel ABS, but it still slides. This is the 5.9 Magnum, and it makes 245 horsepower at 4,200 RPMs and 335 pound-feet of torque at 3,000 RPMs, which is not bad for low-end power in the small block V8. I mean, for power under 3,000 RPMs, this engine will clobber the 5.4 and the 5.3 and the 5.7. I know it doesn't make the power of some of the 5.3s and the 5.4 Tritons and some of the later model 5.7 small blocks, but this engine does what a truck engine should do, and it pulls and pulls and pulls and burns a lot of gas. And if properly maintained, you should be able to get well over 200,000. I mean, I think 200,000 is just broken in for these engines, from my experience. This is because I know a lot of these Dodges with 5.9 Magnums that are over 200,000 and 300,000 miles, and they're just fine. They still pull, they still start. Maybe they start a little slow, but honestly, just replace the starter. And I mean, other than that, they give them plenum gasket rebuild, of course. They all need that, and there's some little things that go wrong with these, but Dodge has had this engine around for a really long time. This is, there are so many vehicles with an LA small block. There's a 318, 340, and 360 cubic inch V8. This is a 360 cubic inch. The 5.2 liter Magnum is the 318. I know they're not exactly the same, but you know what the biggest difference with these is? The fuel injectors. Other than that and some small changes, these engines are pretty much mechanically identical to the LA small blocks. So Dodge has used LA V8s for a long time, and by the time they get into the second gen Rams in 94 through 2001, 2002 for the big ones, they're pretty much bulletproof other than the plenum gasket. The biggest problems people have with these trucks is not really with the engine, though, of course. Really, what goes wrong with these, and of course it went wrong with mine, is this thing. The 47 and 46 RE automatic transmissions. They were not the best. The basic transmission is pretty good. It shifts good. I love the locking torque converter in my rebuilt one, but they didn't last nearly as long as the engines they were put behind, and so that kind of gave the second gen Rams a bad name. Other than that transmission, though, it's really a nice truck, and they're pretty durable. They've got some weird quirks to them, but you know what truck? For example, you know how Ford you got to go lock in the hubs? Well, not with Dodge. The hubs, it's a live front axle, right? And they don't really even have hubs per se. They've got, it's kind of hard to see there, but the U-joint's gone into it. They've got a hub wheel bearing assembly. So if your wheel bearings are going out, you can't just pull them out and repack them or replace them. Oh no. Nope, you've got to replace the entire hub assembly, and it's a lot more expensive than a wheel bearing, but you know, whatever. Supposedly people have a lot of trouble with these guys here, transfer cases, but mine's been pretty good. I don't know if it's been rebuilt. It's got a nice shiny sticker on it. Maybe it's been rebuilt, but I mean, mine shifts in and out of four-wheel drive. I've never shifted into four-wheel drive when I'm going 50, because that's what it says you can do. But I mean, if you're going 50, if you're in four-wheel drive, you should not be going 50. But really, the important thing about these second-gen Rams, it has absolutely nothing to do with the mechanics at all. It has to do with the curves. That's what makes these Rams special. This was the first truck, like American pickup truck, that really showed people that trucks could be nice. I mean, you open this thing up, you got fully adjustable leather, or not. A lot of them are leather. Mine is not. I don't know why. It's an SLT Laramie, but it's not leather. You got adjustable seats. You've got a really nice steering wheel with a driver's side airbag, which was huge in '94 when these came out. And you've also got a passenger side airbag hiding under the cracked dash that you can turn on and off with the ignition key. You put it in there, and you can like flip it over and check, like if you got your dog or whatever in there, you can turn that one off like a little kid. And then, of course, the other big thing about these second-gen Rams, besides just all the creature comforts, like there's a little light under here that comes on. There's a little light in here that comes on. There is a light in the glove box, but I think mine's burnt out. You got that little trip computer up there. You got nice-looking gauges. They look pretty modern. I love these gauges. This is the second style of gauges you can get in the second-gen Rams. But, I like these way better than the other ones. You got power windows all around, which, I mean, that's not too big a deal for the 90s, but pretty cool. But the biggest thing about these interiors... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's getting real now. So Dodge was really the first big truck company to introduce the extended cab, or what they like to call the quad cab, where you could actually open, in every other truck before it, you couldn't open that. You had to there's a lever behind the seat, and you pull it and you crawl in, and you stuff the guy you don't like in the back seat, and he's got to crawl back there, and it's all miserable. But not with the new Dodge. The new Dodge, you just open it up, and there you go. And climb in here. It's not roomy. It's not roomy. It's still for the guy you don't like, but at least he doesn't have to mess with the seat and climb back there, and that'll break. I know these don't last forever. This has never worked. But that was a big deal back in '99 with a pickup where you could get in the back. Dodge never had a full 4 doors in the '90s and the second-gen Rams. I think they did in the square bodies, the first gens, but some reason they dropped that in the '90s, and I don't know why. Ford and Chevy still did it. You've also got under-seat storage, which that's nothing really by today's standards, but that was pretty good in the 90s. 94 is when these things came out, and that was pretty cool. And in the single cabs, you actually had behind the seat storage with all kinds of rearrangeable bins and stuff. Obviously I can't show you that on mine because I have the quad cab. You got speakers in both of the back doors. You got 2 there, and then you've got these little guys up here, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, basically the big deal about these trucks is that it was the first real truck that showed Americans and really the world that a truck could be nice. Dodge claimed in the 90s, back when these things came out in '94, that they were engineered with almost car-like characteristics, and I don't know about that, but I will admit that the ride quality is amazing. Okay, you still feel the road, all right, feel the road, Dodge, but it's way quieter than first gen. It is night and day difference. They've got a bunch of insulation on the door panels, and the door panels are thicker, and they've got crumple zones, which was pretty cool back in '94. And this thing, I swear, it handles better, it rides better, and it sounds better, in terms of noise cancellation, than my mom's 2012 Honda Civic DX. And even monumentally better than Grandpa's 2004 F-250 with a 6.0 diesel. 6-point slow, power broke. And also, look at this grill. It's all curved and honeycombed and nice. These trucks showed Americans that a truck didn't just have to be a square box kind of a thing that smelled like a gym locker, and oh, look at me, I'm popping the hood in my Ford. Looks like a 6.0. So that was the biggest thing with these Rams, not the fact that this particular truck, I believe, can haul 2,200 pounds in the back. and can tow, when properly equipped, 8,000 pounds. No. People bought these for the body style and for the looks, because this truck, sure, I mean, it works hard and it's a nice truck and it's definitely a work rig, but it's built first and foremost to look good. Flowmaster. Okay, but really, it handles really nice, and it wouldn't handle as nice if it did if I hadn't done the work on the steering. I mean, like before, you could turn wheels probably like at least this far, and it wouldn't even change the tires. It was not good. And really, the reason that it does that is this guy here, this steering stabilizer to fix the death wobble that everybody loves about Dodge. You know, that's everyone's favorite when you're going down the road and you gotta crank your wheel about a quarter of a turn before it'll move. Hey, ninth gen Ford guys, what do you not hear? A power steering. I love 9th gens. I used to have a 9th gen when this transmission went out. I had to buy one, and so I could, get around, and it was a very nice truck. It was a 5-speed with 4.9 liter that at the time I really didn't like, but it kind of grew on me. It had a lot of torque. As long as it didn't rev it over 2,000 RPMs, it was always reliable, start right up, burned a little bit of oil, but nothing like this thing. It was pretty nice, and I just like to rag on Fords because we have a 6-liter that I don't really like, but I mean, even those, if you take care of them, they'll take care of you. So basically what I'm getting at here is I don't need those comments that are like, oh wow, you hate Ford. I don't hate Ford. I like Ford. There's not really a car brand that I hate. There's some that I like more than others, but that's just based on my personal experience. I recommend this to a friend, of course. Any day of the week. I love my Dodge. So, yeah, thanks for sitting through all this. If you made it to the end here, I hope I didn't bore you to death. And let me know what you guys thought of this review. I'm thinking about maybe doing some more, because this was pretty fun. Isn't that just the coolest place to mount your light switches? That's